Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bash Pit. Getting set to go here for a 2014 season of short course truck racing in the modified class A main. Getting set to go here. Track may be called the Bash Pit, but there's nothing but serious racing going on here. Getting set to go here in this one, and the tone sounds jumping out of the gate right there. That yellow truck, I believe that's going to be Martin Wollanka. Wollanka going to be taking over the top spot early on. Oh, makes a mistake though. We'll let these drivers work themselves out here through that tricky rhythm section on the left-hand side. Definitely a tight and twisty track for these drivers. Working their way around right now. And Wollanka now going to be out front. Nicholas Laureate in that number 2 spot. Laureate in that yellow truck. Rob Gillespie in the number 3 spot right now. Martin Wollanka, no stranger to the front of the pack here in VRC-Pro. Working his way into the center section now. 10-minute race for these drivers. Rob Gillespie in that number 2 spot now. Rob Gillespie charging hard, chasing down Martin Wollanka. Wollanka out of Austria. Rob Gillespie, the American driver. Oh, Rob gets a little bit wide right there. The yellow truck in Nicholas Laureate in the number 3 spot. Look at that inside line. All those drivers going quad through the rhythm section. Laureate out of France now. All 3 of these drivers, 3 totally different parts of the world, all racing together here on VRC-Pro. Up and over the quad they go. Rob Gillespie taking over the top spot now. Martin Wollanka diving back to the inside. Gillespie back up to the top spot now. Up into the double section they go. Gillespie goes wide. Wollanka to the inside. Both drivers in those white trucks. Up and over the quad section. On to the right-hand side of the track they go now. Martin Wollanka back out front. Rob Gillespie in the number 2 spot. Wollanka goes a little wide. Gillespie sets him up through the rhythm section. Onto the left-hand side of the track they go now. Dropping down. Look at Wollanka trying to dive back to the inside. Gillespie closes the door. Side by side racing here for these 2 drivers. Gillespie, look over the inside line. Gillespie going a little wider into the rhythm section, making sure he gets all the way over that quad. Wollanka taking that tight inside line. If you can make it, it's faster. But I tell you what, that tight inside line that Wollanka's taking will cost you if you're not careful. Through the switchback section now, here comes Martin Wollanka. Martin Wollanka in the SCX-10. Up and over the quad section he goes. Wollanka's got the inside line. These 2 drivers are so close. Right now, it's unbelievable. And as they work their way back through that rhythm section there, these drivers are running a phenomenal pace right now. Onto the back side of the track they go right now. Martin Wollanka taking over the top spot. Once again, Rob Gillespie right there with him. Nicholas Laureate going to be in that number 3 spot, but he's going to be 2.5 seconds back from these 2. These 2 drivers, they are just on identical times right now. Back and forth they go. I have never seen this close a racing in VRC-Pro. That is for sure. These 2 drivers, lap after lap, back and forth they go. Martin Wollanka back to the front now. Rob Gillespie looking for that inside line. Up and over the quad they go. Oh! Big mistake right there for Martin Wollanka. That could be the break that Rob Gillespie needed right there. Let's take a look at this. As you can see, jumps the quad section there, gets a little close to that inside, clips that curb marker, and up and over the pipe he goes, lands back on his wheels, comes back on the track. A good save for Wollanka, but as close as they were running, that may be enough to seal the deal for Rob Gillespie. All Gillespie's got to do right now is keep it on all 4s. There's Nicholas Laureate in that yellow truck. Laureate, the French driver, chasing down Martin Wollanka in the number 2 spot now. Rob Gillespie, there you can see Rob Gillespie working his way through the center section. Kirby Backmeyer in the number 4 spot. Backmeyer out of the United States. Up into that 4. Wathled in the number 5 spot. Hosh in the number 6 spot. Unfortunately in this race, we missed a few drivers on the start of this one, not able to start the A main. Van Rensburg out of Netherlands not able to start this one. Fritzler not able to start. Billy Cayley, the American, and Colby Waddle, the American. So 4 drivers missing the start of this race. Only 6 drivers on the track right now, but still some great racing taking place. There's Austin Hodge right now. Hodge out of Canada. There's your leader coming up behind him now, putting a lap on him, Rob Gillespie. Gillespie has just been phenomenal here in this one. A little more than 5 minutes left to go for these drivers right now. Rob Gillespie, I tell you what, he's got this one. He's definitely got the speed. He's got this one in the bag, assuming he makes no mistakes. There you see Martin Wollanka in the number 2 spot. Those 2 drivers battled back and forth. They were so close. Oh, another mistake from Martin Wollanka. And another huge mistake right there. Wollanka all over the track. Pushing so hard right now, trying to make up that lost time. And there you can see he got a little bit sideways, up and over the pipe. And then right here, I'm not sure where he was going on that one, but banks off the side of the takeoff. Comes back on the track, somehow does not lose a position, but definitely lost time to your leader, Rob Gillespie. So Gillespie going to be out front right now. Martin Wollanka going to be 7.6 seconds back. So Gillespie's run right now is looking easier and easier as he stretched out his lead here in this one. Gillespie, now you watch him here. Gillespie goes wide. Make sure he gets set up nice and smooth for that quad section. Having no troubles there. Working his way back around into the center section. Rob Gillespie out front. Martin Wollanka in second. Backmeyer in third. Laureate, Hotch, and Wathlet. Your running order right now. Francis Wathlet out of Belgium in the number 6 spot. 5 different countries, 6 drivers here in this one. Oh, a little mistake there for Rob Gillespie. Clipping that inside current turn marker. Back into the rhythm section he goes now. As you can see, these drivers, they're actually not downsiding that quad section. They're actually landing on the landing of the top of that last tabletop right there and then dropping down. Requires some perfect timing making it way through there. There's Martin Wollanka in the number 2 spot right now, working his way through Austin Hotch, your number 5 driver. Wollanka was up front with Gillespie. Has had some rough laps in this one. Dropping it back just a little bit. Wollanka trying to close that gap back up on the leader. But I tell you what, as fast as these two are running and as close as they are running, Rob Gillespie is going to have to make a serious mistake for Wollanka to catch back up to him. As you can see, Wollanka putting another lap in the books there, coming through the crossover section. Wollanka in the number 2 spot. Kirby Backmeyer up into that number 3 spot now. So Laureate dropped to the number 4 spot. 740 down. You're in this one. There's Martin Wollanka. Wollanka setting up for that big quad section. That's a cool angle right there, as you can see. Watch here. Wollanka heads in, sweeps that turn right there, and then pitches the back end of the truck around for 180 right there. Sets up and airs it out. Really cool angle there. Gives you an idea of how these drivers are putting in such fast lap times. Diving to the inside right there. Martin Wollanka hugging that inside pipe. He's doing everything he can right now to close the gap, and he's doing so slowly but surely. 6 seconds back now. 7:45 down here in this one. This race is winding down. Martin Wollanka right now putting in some fast laps. Wollanka trying to catch back up to Rob Gillespie. We'll see what the gap is here on this one. As he crosses the line, Martin Wollanka now only going to be 6 seconds back. So in a matter of only a lap or two, he's gained a half a second on Rob Gillespie. Is it going to be enough time? Can Wollanka catch up to Rob Gillespie? Wollanka right now charging so hard, hitting perfect lines right now. And as you can see, he's really getting in his groove. There's Rob Gillespie. Down on the backside he goes. Gillespie right now trying to set into a nice pace. Trying to keep it on all fours right now. Gillespie charging hard as this race is winding down. 1.5 minutes to go for these drivers. Up and over the catapult section they go. Onto the backside, dropping down. This is definitely one of the shortest tracks that these drivers run on here in the short course series. Very fast lap times for these guys. Up and over the quad section he goes. Rob Gillespie once again. He's only got 1 minute left to go in this one. We'll look at Martin Wollanka now. Martin Wollanka has closed the gap up even more. Wollanka now only 3 seconds back from Rob Gillespie. Martin Wollanka going to charge hard, trying to make a last-ditch effort to catch your leader right now. Could he do it? Less than 1 minute to go. It is going to be so close right now. Rob Gillespie's got company coming up behind him. Wollanka in the number 2 spot. Laureate in the number 3 spot. Look at Wollanka right now. You can tell just by his driving style how hard he is charging. Onto the far side of the track he goes, coming around to the loop right here. Crossing the line. He's going to be 2.9 seconds back. Lost a little bit of time there. Coming back around into the catapult section. Airing it out up and over the quad. 30 seconds left to go. I don't know if it's going to be enough time. Gillespie's going to have to make a mistake. Here you see your leader, Rob Gillespie. 20 seconds left on the master clock. Up and over the quad he goes. They're going to cross the line. I believe this is going to be his last lap right here. It's going to be close. They may be able to get one more. As they're coming around, Gillespie sets up for the quad section. There's Martin Wollanka. Oh, and Wollanka with a huge crash. That is time. That is going to do it. Martin Wollanka going to finish up in that number 2 spot. Rob Gillespie taking the win. Martin Wollanka second. Nicholas Laureate third. Backmeyer hot and Wafflet.